Wickets continued to tumble on the second day of the LV County Championship match between Leicestershire and Kent at Grace Road, where the visitors closed in on a very quick victory. Kent began the morning on 44 for 2 in reply to Leicestershire's 159, and Sam Northeast knew that the first session of the day was going to be an important one. He and Rob Key had added 14 runs in 7 overs when the latter was given out LBW to Ben Rain after making 8. The pitch had raised a few eyebrows on the first day, and Rain proved that it was one which could still be very much enjoyed by the seam bowlers. Clint Mackay made the most of it by trapping Northeast in front for 19, a wicket which reduced the visitors to 60 for 4. Rain continued to cause the batsmen all sorts of problems. Darren Stevens would have done well to get a bat on this ball, for example. When the bowler switched ends, he was so convinced that he had Stevens out on 11 that he didn't even bother appealing. He was shocked that the batsman wasn't on his way. With the ball moving around as much as it was, Stevens used his feet, moving around in the crease and down the pitch and then giving the ball a real clump if it was anywhere close to being overpitched. It was a policy that worked better than anyone else's approach. Kent lost their 5th wicket when Ben Harmison was LBW to a full delivery from Charlie Shrek against one of his former counties. The batsman departed for 7 with a total of 94. Stevens has certainly not been anywhere near his best with the bat so far this year, but he often saves some of his better work for his home county and the one he played for between 1997 and 2004. He survived until lunch, which was taken with Kent on 141 for 5, just 18 runs behind. By then, Stevens had reached a 50 off only 46 balls, this effortless 6 being added to 10 fours, figures that tell you that he didn't bother with much running. He really tucked into the bowling of Shrek, a man who was struggling a bit to keep his foot behind the line. Stevens was using all of his experience to upset the bowlers, and his battle with Mackay in particular was a very good one to watch. Sam Billings decided to take the same approach as his partner, but skied a catch to Ned Eckersley off the bowling of Ollie Freckingham, the dismissal coming with Kent just 14 runs behind. Billings was gone for 13, and Freckingham had yet more reason to celebrate in his next over, as Stevens on 63 flashed at a wide ball and got the thinnest of nicks behind. Now on 146 for 7, it was left to Adam Ball and Callum Haggett to take the visitors into the lead, the approach on this surface still being to take on every opportunity to play a shot or two. Like Stevens before him, Ball scored his runs at around 1 per ball. This turned out to be the decisive partnership of the match so far, it registering 60 runs in 11 overs, which had Kent beyond 200 and with a lead approaching 50. The score was at 206 when Ball threw the bat at this delivery from Freckingham and picked out debutant Adil Ali on the cover boundary, the batsman on his way for 32. 4 balls later and Shrek destroyed Haggett's stumps as he departed for 20, and the innings was finished in the same over when last man Ivan Thomas chipped Shrek to Mackay at mid-on. Kent all out for 210. That gave them a lead of 51 runs, quite a significant advantage on this pitch. Angus Robson and Matt Boyce knocked off 28 runs of the deficit, only for the latter to give Matt Coles his 7th wicket of the match, a quick ball hitting Boyce on the pads right in front of his stumps. Robson on 21 went in the same way in the next over to Haggett, and another collapse was starting. Greg Smith began his lone spell from Notts by registering a pair. Coles in the action once again as the batsman, choosing too late to withdraw, edged to ball. Stevens then came on to win an LBW to get rid of Andrea Agathangalu for 8, while after tea, Eckersley didn't even have to wait for the umpire's decision before walking off after being hit on the pads after making 14 of a score of 66 for 5. Make that 66 for 6 when some extra bounce from Stevens did for Lewis Hill, who nicked behind before scoring. And it was 66 for 7 in the next over as Ali on 8 edged Haggett behind. Effectively now on 15 for 7, a 2-day finish was definitely on the cards. The fact that that didn't happen was largely down to rain and Mackay, the latter making only a single from 41 balls. his last being when he finally played a shot and dragged a delivery from Coles back onto his stumps, the bowler now with 9 in the match. That ended a stand of 31, the next one adding only a couple before Haggett trapped Freckingham in front for a duck. Shrek then blocked out the last half hour of the day, allowing rain to get to 30, but an early end is still the most likely outcome on the third morning. Leicestershire resumed their second innings on 110 for 9, and that has them only 59 runs ahead. A speedy defeat will see the home team drop back to the foot of the table. Things never really going right for them since they beat Essex at the start of June.